Fingerabdrücke. Okay. Ja, okay, Hilfe. Reset. Aha. Warte mal. Sieht aber nicht so aus. Ach so, um Gottes Willen. Nope. Aha.
It wasn't Baja's fingerprint, but why would he have a ledger with Portia's prints on it?
Was ich jetzt noch wissen will, ist das da. Ach, das ist der gleiche Fingerabdruck, logischerweise. Das bedeutet aber, dass wir auch wieder den nehmen müssen und genau das gleiche haben.
Portia Weissman used this tool. It might be the one Brian Reed told us she was keeping at the spa. Portia kept her Denver tool at the spa, right where Pete Baja could have easily taken it.
Ja, ganz genau. Um Gottes Willen, was haben wir hier alles? Haben wir hier auch noch irgendwo einen Pixel, den wir nicht untersucht haben? Okay. Keine Ahnung. Da war was. Da. Ich wüsste nicht mal
You
was.
can't just pick that up. What makes you think there would be latent fluids there?
Ich weiß ja nicht mal, nach was ich gerade suche. Ach so, natürlich.
That's just where someone would hold a shoe when putting it on.
Natürlich. Die Schuhe sind immer noch nicht fertig. Hier ist noch irgendwo was. Okay. Okay. Wir finden es noch irgendwann vielleicht. Ich weiß halt nicht mal, nach was ich suche. Eins zu eins der Schuh. Und nochmal Fingerabdrücke.
Based on the placement of Baja's fingerprint, those have got to be his shoes. The shoes tie Pete Baja to the spot just prior to the explosion. I think we may have enough to nail Baja for starting the fire. His shoes put him in the spa sometime after the acetone was dumped. He'd picked up quantities of both the accelerant and the spa mud. Okay, I think I have a pretty clear picture of what happened. Baja was laundering money, and when Portia confronted him about it, he panicked. Then he decided to rig the spa to explode. Portia probably showed up after Pete was gone. Doc Robbins said she had marijuana in her system, so she might not have noticed the acetone. While she was there burning to death, Baja was at her apartment looking for the record she was keeping. With what we have now, an arrest warrant won't be a problem. Let's go talk to Brass.
Good, you're all here. What's going on, Captain Brass? What's so sensitive you couldn't discuss it over the phone?
We have a visitor. Miss Beatriz Salazar.
You serious? She's here?
queen of the hive herself just walked in and asked to talk to the CSIs in charge of the Pedro Baja case.
Do you mind if I sit in on this one, Captain Brass?
Be my guest, you can even take my seat. I'll hang back and watch from the viewing room.
Aha.
Hello, Ms. Salazar. My name is Special Agent...
Gene Huntby. I know who you are. But these two, I am unfamiliar with. I shall presume you are the ones persecuting my poor, clumsy Pedrocito.
We're not persecuting anyone. The evidence speaks for itself, ma'am. Usually when someone wants to talk to us in this room, they want to confess. So, is there something you'd like to get off your chest, Miss Salazar?
You think you're very clever, don't you? Perhaps I know you better than I thought, but I'm here for Pedro. He is family.
Family, huh? You know, I might actually be moved by that if you weren't still the primary suspect in the execution murder of your first husband.
My husband's murderer remains at large, Agent Huntby. Pedro is from Ayapa, my village in Mexico. He graduated from the school I built for them and prayed in the church I gave them. Pedro's family, all three of his sisters, they live in the house I provide. So as you can see, I have a significant investment in the future and well-being of this young man.
Sorry about your investment, but like I said, the evidence speaks for itself. And it never lies.
What precisely is this evidence saying to you?
We're not at liberty to discuss the specifics of an ongoing investigation.
Very well, I understand. My heart breaks for Pedro. He always tried so very hard to please me. Sometimes a man is called upon to be more than he has been in the past. Sometimes he fails.
Operations the size of this one, they tend to run right under the radar, making them perfect little laundromats for hundreds of thousands of dollars of your petty cash.
And remind me again, Agent Huntby, why I should need to launder money when I too am a very successful, multinational, legitimate businesswoman? My Pedro was a legitimate small businessman.
Superla Spa wasn't doing nearly as much business as he was reporting.
Oh dear. First you zero in on poor Pedro, and now it sounds like you're investigating me. Shall I get my lawyer? Shall I go?
We don't need to go there right now.
A woman is dead because Pete Baja was trying to clean up a mess. Do you think it was his own? Or yours?
I think if this evidence is speaking to you, miss, then something must be lost in the translation. Regardless of whatever mess there was, Pedro is incapable of violence.
Pedrocito got in over his head, didn't he, B?
That's Miss Salazar to you, Agent Huntby. I do not believe courtesy is too much to ask from an agent of the FBI. But then again, why should I expect anything else from a man who is so clearly prepared to scapegoat a young man like my Pedro? Pedro is not a murderer.
Aren't you afraid you'll leave some trace of yourself behind? A hair or flake of skin? Something with your DNA that we might be able to use against you.
Wouldn't want to make your job more difficult than it has to be. I believe I have made myself very clear to you. I shall not waste any more of your time. Muchas gracias.
What the hell was all that about? I mean, what'd she think she was going to accomplish?
Hey, about that arrest warrant for Baja. Nevada Highway Patrol was able to track him down. The bad news is, he's dead. I need you to meet me at the barbershop.
War ja klar.
See you there.
Mit der ja nicht
Two
reden
police
kann.
officers came by to serve that arrest warrant again. They found the money. Called it in.
Is that a video camera?
It's aimed right at him.
My name is Pedro Baja. I'm an embezzler and a murderer. I set fire to the Superla Spa in order to cover up the fact that, for some time now, I have been fraudulently reporting its earnings. I poured acetone all over, cut the gas line, and left a muffin to burn in the toaster oven. I wasn't going to do the drywall, but that tool was there, and I was nervous. I swear to God, the place was empty when I rigged it to go up. I didn't know. How could I know that Portia would come by in the middle of the night? I even went to her apartment to talk her into giving me the records she told me about. When she wasn't there, I broke in. It was made crystal clear to me that I needed to get the records, but I never found them. I know it's small comfort, but I apologize to her family and to anyone close to her. I'm so sorry for taking her away. Sometimes a man is called upon to be more than he has been in the past. Sometimes he fails. Please, tell my sisters this. I made a deal with the devil to keep you safe, to give you a better life. I beg you to remember me if you are ever tempted to make a deal of your own. So it's come to this. Goodbye.
Aha.
So all the forensic evidence supports what Pete Baja confessed to on the video?
Yes, it does. But Pete Baja's confession wasn't for us, was it?
Neither was his suicide. I think he was trying to make amends.
To his queen.
Well, this case may not have resolved itself the way Agent Huntby had hoped. Now he'll have to find another way to trap Salazar. But regardless, you guys did some very good work on this one.
Speaking of good work,
Ja,
I'm
gute
glad you
Arbeit
didn't have to
geleistet,
arrest
Leute.
Brian Reed.
Habt ihr es gehört?
I was reviewing his service record, and despite the disciplinary actions, he was a very brave firefighter. Won a Medal of Valor for saving a gymnasium full of high school kids. It's a shame what happened to him. He certainly deserves a second chance.
You know what? I think the deputy fire chief just might owe me a favor.
Cool. Können 66%? Was soll das bitte heißen? Da müsste 110% stehen, aber okay. Leute, das war's für den ersten Fall. Wie viele Fälle gibt's denn da überhaupt? 5. Interessant. Das war der erste Fall, die erste Episode, wenn ihr so wollt. Ich weiß nicht genau, wie ich es schneiden werde. Das werdet ihr dann sehen. Und wenn es euch gefallen hat, lasst eine positive Bewertung da. Schreibt in die Kommentare, ob ihr das nochmal sehen wollt. Und abonnieren nicht vergessen und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. Haut rein und tschüss. Ob das so schwierig ist zu reden. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Da.
Hey, I'm in the middle of writing my mom an email and she just logged on.
I am her.
Should I?
Yeah, it'll make Ben seem more real, won't it?
Fancy running into you here.
What time is it there?
Late?
I thought it would be morning.
It is. Late morning. What are you doing?
Just thinking.
About what?
You'd be bored.
Oh, try me. If I stop replying, you'll know I fell asleep.
Well, I have kids. Have I mentioned that?
No, that's great.
2 daughters, 7 and 16.
They're lucky to have you as a mom.
You are the only person on Earth who would say that. And it's just because you haven't. I've made so many mistakes.
Everyone makes mistakes.